I'm Joe, Wealth and Visibility Mentor for female founders, and I'm here today to help you understand that being yourself, being authentic, is the easiest way to bring money into your business and back into your life. And if you come across this video, there's a good reason for that. I truly believe we only get guided towards or shown what it is we've been asking ourselves recently, what it is we've been looking for. So today, I really want to talk to you about being authentic, showing up as yourself, and letting go of the fears and worries of what everybody else might say or judge, or the perfectionism, the being able to fit in. Because actually, we know now that YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of these platforms are full. They're full of wonderful creators. And so if you're constantly scrolling on these platforms, you're kind of adding the fear, aren't you? You know this. You're looking, you're judging, you're criticizing the others. And sometimes that is the actual reason you don't have the confidence, the ability, or the way that you would love to show up because you fear it's not going to be good enough. Your perfectionism comes out. You become overwhelmed by seeing the amount of creators on these platforms doing and saying what they do. And actually, before long, you don't even show up. You don't even get out on the platforms. You're not talking about your business. You're not bringing money in because you're not willing to show up. You don't believe it's possible for you now. Whereas if I take you back a few steps and help you understand that actually, if you didn't tune in to so much of what was going on Instagram and all the other platforms, but you actually decided that you knew what you're offering because it's absolutely phenomenal. You wouldn't have been given this idea. You wouldn't be showing up in your business if it wasn't who you are. And you could actually be yourself. And when I say authentic, I mean, let's get rid of ChatGPT and all the other ways that we can create. Let's be you. Because unless you're unique, unless you're authentically being yourself and you're not trying to fit in with everybody else or show up and be perfect, then why would you be seen? Why would you be found? Because remember, your energy is constantly flowing out and it's coming in. And you are constantly aware, aren't you, when you go out and about, of how you know when you walk into a room and something's happened that hasn't been that good. You can sense the energy. You don't need to ask anybody. And you can sense the energy if you walked in and everyone's excited and happy. And that's no different from showing up on any of these platforms. You are giving out your authentic or not so authentic energy. So if you're not aware of this and you're constantly putting out stuff and it's never getting the views, or you don't believe it's good enough, or you're looking at others and comparing yourself to somebody that's been doing it 10 years already, why would you feel confident? Why wouldn't you be able to come out and share the gifts that you've been given for the world? Now, this does sound a lot. But actually, if we break it down, we can start to understand who we are, why we're doing the things we do. But the first thing I'm going to ask you is, are you showing up every day? Are you out there selling your products, your service? Are you confident in telling the world what it is that you've got to offer that is so unique to the selected people that want and need your services? Or are you looking and comparing yourself to the mass of people that are already doing it and feeling less than? You're criticizing yourself. You're letting your negative thoughts race around, take over. And that's what's keeping you now feeling overwhelmed. It's keeping you in fear and it's making you judge your own work. You're now picking apart your own products, your own services. That isn't going to help. You're blocking your own abundance. You're blocking the universe giving you the money. You're not in receivership. You're actually in a rejection, a pushing away. You're telling the universe you don't want it. That's not what you want. You want to be open. You want to be in receivership. You want yourself to show up and just be. I know this because I've gone through it. The last 4 years has been an absolute transformation of identity shift after identity shift, of trial and error. And so what I'm telling you today works. I now am in a position to be able to offer this because it's authentic to me. It's happening. I've worked through it. I've gone through it. And now I'm sitting with everything that I've been dreaming and creating. But I know exactly what it feels like at the moment that you become stuck. You're not sure why. You don't believe you can get out there. But actually, that's the gateway. And now I understand what fear is. Fear is just an illusion. It's not real. It's no different than having faith. They're both invisible. They're both not a solid item outside of you, are they? But if you had faith and you lent into faith and knew and trusted yourself a bit more, and you trusted the world, the universe has actually kept you alive up to now pretty well, hasn't it? The universe has given you everything you need, hasn't it? So why are you doubting it now? Because all you're doing is you're going out and you're comparing yourself. You're asking to be judged. You're criticizing yourself. And the reason I'm going to tell you it isn't your fault. These come down, and with the thousands of clients I've worked with, and it's always the same, and especially with women, of self-abandonment. We throw in what we believe we're not worthy of. We give up. We don't seek our truth as much as we would like to. We don't often step out and try to create our dreams and desires because we've got beliefs that keep us in a position of not believing we're worthy to take them. We don't think we can hold that much money. We don't ever chase our dreams and goals like we should do. But what if you did? What if you decided today that you did want to create, become the very best that you could be? You could step in to more wealth, more financial freedom, more mind freedom, of peace, of being able to enjoy life more, not feeling stressed, not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning worrying about the next day, not overgiving to everybody else to make sure their needs are fulfilled, but you end up drained. Where are you on this level of people pleasing or overgiving or oversharing or making excuses for yourself is another one. We love to give an explanation, but we can actually bury ourselves more in fear by overgiving. So what are you noticing about yourself? Where is your self-awareness on what you do believe about yourself? And how would you prefer to feel? And have you actually ever written those down? I would give you the first thing I ask my clients to do is to write the list of exactly what it is you want. Not need, want. And write it in a tense of maybe 50 to 100 things. And the reason I'm going to get you to push out of more than 20 or 30 things is because actually we tend to stick on a repetitive pattern of what we want, but we don't understand sometimes why we want them. So the more we add to the list, the more we see, oh, and it goes into a little bit more depth. You are a creator, a manifester. You are brilliant at doing this. No one's doubting that ability because you've created everything you have. But when you become to the position that you want more and it's not happening, that's the work that you need to do. And understanding is what is the thoughts you're having that aren't matching up, that aren't giving you the confidence. They're not allowing you to see the opportunities. They're not allowing you to feel confident to go out and ask for more support. They're not allowing you to see a different version of yourself. They're not allowing, and they're keeping you focused on all the things that are going wrong. or all the things and reasons why you can't do it. That comes down to your sets of beliefs. It's just beliefs. They can be changed. You're not who you have to be today. You can change instantly. In actual fact, you do change beliefs instantly. When you come across something horrific, you'll instantly change a belief, or you'll decide that's not for you anymore. Well, that is you changing a belief. So guess what? You take a different direction in life, don't you? You step onto a new pathway and you let go. Now start questioning yourself and understanding, what is it that you're holding on to? What is it that needs to give you that feeling of reassurance? What are you tightly gripping onto? Because the more you hold on to the things that aren't bringing you what you want, the more you're keeping yourself stuck, the more overwhelming the thoughts get. The more you see the same patterns, the same behaviours, and you don't get any further than you are today, next week, next year. Nothing changed for me until I got the support, until I got the paid coach, the mentor, who could help me unpick exactly what beliefs were not even visible to me. They were deep in my subconscious mind, but they'd been creating my behaviours, my actions, my outcomes on a level that I had no idea. But once I could unpick and I had that self-awareness, I then was able to then go, right, let's change them, let's move them, and so can you. You see, your mind is a bit like your laptop or your phone. It just runs on programs. And if you're still running the programs, which I can guarantee most of you are, if you haven't done the self-awareness work, because this was me for most of my life, I was running outdated lies, stories, things I got told about myself that weren't true, but somebody else had put on me. Shame, massive shame of who I was. And I carried that, so no wonder I didn't see opportunities. No wonder I was blocked from the vision and view of any hope and difference. I kept limited. I kept stuck. I was like in a prison in a box. But once I had enough, I chose a different direction. And so can you. So don't let others dictate you. And when you notice that you're asking everybody else around you for advice, that's because you don't trust yourself. And that's the time that you need to be aware that actually you do have your own answers within. And it's going to feel a bit sticky to start with. It's going to feel uncomfortable. When I did this work, I was the one that was absolutely looking for reassurance, looking for somebody else to hold me and say it's going to be okay, everything's going to be fine, it's going to work perfectly. Nobody can do that. Nobody has that ability to do that for you. Only you can do that. And I got taught very quickly, and I'm going to teach you today how to come back to yourself, how to start listening and trusting your own inner guidance, that voice, that inner voice that you often is just too loud, you're too noisy, you're not listening, you're too busy, you're too hectic, and you're not even aware it's there. And the more you keep asking outside of yourself, guess what? You're not trusting yourself to even start believing you could do it. It's not rocket science, it's simplicity. But simplicity is easy to let go and forget, and we don't make room for it. When we get complicated things, suddenly the brain wants to step in and work with it. But if I get told it's easy to do, guess what? It's easy not to do. So make this part of your daily practice and just sit with yourself. Close your eyes 5-10 minutes and just be with yourself. If you need a distraction, listen to birds. Listen to something outside, not music, not podcasts, nothing else that can actually filtrate your mind apart from nature itself. Nature will calm your nervous system. Bird sounds are proven now to actually regulate our nervous system to help us feel more relaxed and release stress. So sitting outside and listening to birds, even for 5 minutes, and if you can do longer, great. will start to allow your mind, but also will allow you to listen. Because in those moments of your going inwards, you're able to start the practice of being able to hear yourself for the first time. And after a few days, it might not be much, but after a few weeks, you're going to get listening and you're going to start hearing what it is, your instinct, what you truly know is your truth. And then you can start doing the work on actioning it and bringing it into your life. There's a huge difference. Business owners will never outgrow their self-awareness. Simple as. It's a reflection of what you are aware of yourself. Your own business, for entrepreneurs and for anybody that understands growth, is that you will always hear them say, it's you that's got to grow. It's you that's got to understand who you are more. You've got to change those beliefs. You've got to believe in yourself to the standard that is of what you see these other famous top personalities, influencers, whatever you want to call them, because you all are able to get to that level. There's not a single one of you that is put here, and if you're watching this, then it's quite simple. Start taking note of what you're thinking, and if it isn't productive, it isn't good, if it's negative, if it's moaning, if it's complaining, then you need to shut it down and move it out and just say, I'm not listening to that today. Is it true? No, it's not. None of it's true, unless it's positive and it's bringing you into new environments to meet people at the level that you would love to be in your business. Are you putting yourself out there? Or are you too scared? Or you don't think you fit in or you're worthy to be in these new leadership rooms? Or are you staying where you are because it feels comfortable? That's energy, but it's also not where you're not going to grow. You're not going to be able to receive what it is you've been asking for if you're constantly in the same places and you're hiding behind the fears. Because there are some of those beliefs that are coming up. You are aware of them. Maybe you want to launch your product. Maybe you want to be seen selling your product on social media. Maybe you want to be able to speak out. Maybe on a stage. Maybe you just want to present exactly what it is you sell with enthusiasm, with joy, but you're tiptoeing and you're telling yourself a story, and that story is closing down the opportunity for you even to get out there and do it. Because if you're tired of knowing you are capable of more, but you're still finding yourself overthinking, holding back, asking for that reassurance, not trusting yourself, this is the work I do. My Reconnect Her Fire, it's a 12-week program for female founders, and we break down the fears. We bring in new, more empowering beliefs, and we help you create the identity that feels safe to hold more abundance, more wealth, more joy, more freedom. And when you take on board and understand yourself to that level, the world has nothing else but to do to reflect it back to you. You suddenly start noticing how you feel different. You suddenly notice how people react to you different, and how you start to magnetize more of what it is you want. And then you trust yourself to take that leap of faith. You don't question yourself. You're not out asking for reassurance from people that haven't even reached the goals that you want to be at. You're not out there looking. You're comfortably able to level up, knowing that fear is just a gateway, knowing that there's something better behind that door, and knowing that when you get the right support, you're going to be more comfortable and open to receiving that support. You don't have to do it on your own. Women are terrible at this, aren't we? We all believe we've got to struggle and we're going to be the best version because we did it all by ourselves, and we want to tell everybody, don't we? We've done it by ourselves. Well, that isn't actually something to be proud of. That's a struggle. The more successful people you talk to, they have a whole team behind them. Whether it's helping the house and the business or the children, whatever it is, They have support because they respect themselves and believe in themselves and know their value is doing the work they do, so they are not doing all the other stuff that doesn't relate to who they are or what they want. If you value yourself, your time, and you believe in yourself more, imagine what that would open up. Imagine the wealth that could come in. Imagine how you would see things differently. So don't let others tell you you can't, and don't ask people that haven't reached the level that you're aiming for, because they would do nothing but keep you where you are, because that's all they can do. They haven't stretched their imagination. They don't have the dreams, the goals that you do. They don't understand how you think. It's not their role to. Your role is to continuously keep moving and leveling up. So if you're ready to stop circling and you're ready to take action for you, for your business, then message me and contact me through here or in social media, and we can have a chat and discuss exactly if we're a good match and what it is that you want. Because until you get that clarity, until you're brave enough to say, I want it, and then this will show up. I learned very quick that the more I asked out loud, the more I spoke about what I want, suddenly those things came in, whether it was through social media or somebody would speak to me and tell me, oh, I know that person, or I would suddenly notice it. And something that then didn't leave my mind. So I investigated it. I got curious. And that's how you start making the version of you, the new identity of you, that already has your dreams and goals in place, come alive. And I would love to know what it is you would love more support about. Please message. Give me some ideas that you would like me to talk about, because this is what I'm here for, to help every female founder discover that she is capable of creating whatever her mind is given her. So until next time, and this is the kind of content that you like, subscribe, so you don't miss out. Because over the next coming days and weeks, I'm going to be talking more about what it is that helps us become more visible, that helps us leave the fear behind and actually start seeing ourselves in a better, bigger belief that we can. And it's all possible. With much love and gratitude.